At the Belt and Road Summit in Hong Kong, new engines are identified as driving major infrastructure projects to come in Belt and Road countries, particularly relevant to banking, finance and investment, with a panel focused specifically on cross-connectivity in the Belt and Road Initiative. We're with Douglas Flint, Group Chairman of HSBC. And Douglas, thanks very much indeed for joining us.
Pleasure.
Now, in the panels, you were really looking at the harmonization, if you like, of certain assets and so forth on the Belt and Road. What would you see as being the successes that you would see in the initiative on that?
It's really a public-private partnership alongside the investment community, working out what are the projects that the public sector wants to invest in, how to make them investable, and how to bring the biggest pool of money together to apply to those projects.
And that covers a whole range of possible assets and ideas, doesn't it? What do you think are going to be the real priorities, though, here?
I think that's a very difficult question, but I think from what's financeable, I think what's really quite an exciting opportunity is that the opportunity is taken to make infrastructure an asset class in its own right, which means creating a template of documentation, of financial analytics, arbitration and rule of law, so that investors know what they're investing in without having to go through every single project on a standalone basis each time.
Would you say that this is the sort of initiative that may bring the global economy, the regional economy, out of a sort of drift that it's been in?
I think it very well could be. I mean, I think Belt and Road is a fantastic initiative. As I said in the panel this morning, this is a fantastic time to be launching this or to be developing this. The world's never had more money, it's never been cheaper. There's a great desire to boost aggregate demand. There's a great desire for long-dated assets in the pension and retirement system. So all the attributes are there for an asset class that will deliver all these things. Infrastructure could do that, but I think Belt and Road, with China behind it and with the region behind it, has that kind of a leadership that could actually make it happen.
Now, what do you see the role of HSBC being in the Belt and Road Initiative?
Well, we have a long history in project finance, so I think when you look at what the financial sector will do, it will be around project appraisal, project selection, bringing the financing together, presenting it to investors to maximize the pool of available funds, getting involved in the risk mitigation, whether it's foreign exchange or inflation or whatever needs to be managed, but so risk mitigation as well, and then distribution of the bonds that will ultimately finance these projects.
But do you see commercial banks actually partnering with the AIIB and other institutions of that kind into the future?
This infrastructure is the best example of where government, public policy institutions, multilateral development banks, commercial banks, and then the bond market and ultimately investment funds, pension funds and so on, all come together to work together in harmony, because the projects are too big for any one institution or any one sector to be involved with. It has to be an extraordinary collaboration.
So what do you see really as the role of Hong Kong? Is this the super connector, as people say?
I think it could be. I mean, Hong Kong again has had a long tradition of being a hub, a bridge between China and the rest of the world. There's a hub between foreign investors and people investing in the region. It's got all the skills in finance and logistics and professional services, in engineering and so on. So it very much can play that role.
So what would your impression be of this inaugural summit on the Belt and Road?
I think tremendous initiative. I think you can see from the number of people here, it's been very well received, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. I think it will continue and be a great landmark in the Hong Kong conference calendar.